and welcome to another Eugene's on the Run in a Dark Place episode of Behind the Mask. Um, so, as you can see, yes, I'm not in my normal attire, which would probably be a Behind the Mask t shirt. Um, and it's a lot darker right now. So, what's going on, Terrence? And of course, I'm at work, so I have to get this so you guys get to listen to this. Isn't that great? Is that it? 10, 25, and 40. All right. Okay. That's it. Oh, sorry. So it'd be 50 for the last 32, and then it was 19. All right. So you guys get to see what's going on when I am actually at work, as you guys can see. So unfortunately, Dennis had to uh, deal with an emergency patient. So I'm on my own. And so what do? That's a good question, Terrence. Give me 1 second. And you guys, this is going to be the strangest episode we've ever had, but hold on 1 sec. So, guys, Terrence had a great question. What do I do? So, I am part of the security force for Camp Roberts. I am what they call the NCOIC. I'm kind of the boss for all the security force here. So, today was one of those days where it just kind of felt weird, where I actually had to help cover, which is something I never do, but I am because don't have all my guys, so I had to be here. So here I am. You guys got to see it, and of course, the show must go on. I'm not going to not have the show just because X, Y, and Z. I could be on my deathbed and I probably still have the camera rolling, mic in my face, giving my last episode, but that's what I do. So, Terrence, yeah, it's really weird when people say that because I really don't know how to respond to that. But this is what I do to be able to fund this, which is our podcast, be able to fund all my times that I get to when I get to go and play actual paintball. So normally I would crack open a ghost about now, but I do not have one with me. It's actually in my office. So I do have an office, which is really cool. But I'm inside with our guard shack. So you guys are learning a lot more about who I am right now. So, but we still want to keep the show going. We do have a great guest on tonight. So there might be another moment where I'm going to it'll seem like I'm paused, but I'm going to be walking back into my office so I can set this down and get this up and going again. So, like I said, it's a really weird episode, but it's cool because we want to be here for you guys no matter what. And I didn't want to just do like another. I didn't want to do a rerun this early. I could have easily just taken an episode from like season 1 and thrown it up, but I don't know. I feel like I'm cheating you guys out of that, and I didn't want to do that. So, so guys, latest news that's coming up with everything that's going on. Well, I do want to give a shout out to Ghost. I did have one early this morning when I was driving up to work because I do a 12-hour shift. I live about 4 hours away from work. So I have to drive up here. And again, guard duty still goes on as the show does. Give me 1 sec. So on top of doing this, I also have to keep it low pro. So Dennis is, there we go. Sorry, I'm not on tonight, everyone. He's got a critical patient. So that's what he's doing tonight, guys. If you guys don't remember, Dennis is a vet tech. So I had a dog that we had to take into the emergency once. So I get it. But Dennis, say something else. So yeah, let me see what else. What do we got? Dennis saving lives. Yes, he is saving animal lives. So he is doing God's work for animals. Not sure what else to say, Jeans. I'm trying to handle business right now. So take this off. So I'm back in my shack. So yeah, guys. So that's why, as much as it seems like it's kind of weird, it is going to be an interesting episode. Like I said, we do have a guest, so we've been trying to get onto the show for the last, I think it's 2 weeks now. And he is finally coming on, which we are really excited because it is another, like another small company, which of course that's what we're all about, is growing the sport. And this one literally is in the title, the name. So we're really excited to have him come on tonight. We'll be on probably the next 20 minutes. So until then, I will field any questions you guys have, because that will help to keep this going. On top of, wait, let me see what my battery life is on this. See, another thing that you guys don't know is I literally am mobile all the time. So whenever you see me stationary, I am inside of a building, but it's after a shift like this, and I'm inside of another building. I just kind of hide away and do the show. So, and I try to make it seem as though, I'm in a studio, but we don't have a studio. And unfortunately, this job that I have takes me away, and it's getting even darker in here. So, yeah. But tournament news, what do we got going on? I know that this weekend, wait, you know what? Even though it's dark, I'm going to do this. So, tourney talk. What do we got this week? Well, I know that there was one of those god-awful acronym tournaments. Guys, really, let's try to figure out a way to shorten the names. Like, let's go back to, like we said last week, the name, like nipple. I'm cool with a tournament being called NPPL. Wait, see, rolls off the tongue. But when you got HPT, LONOP, I don't know. I really don't know sometimes. But we know we had Niles from Cyclones last week, and he was telling us that they were going to, their Div 4 was going out to go play a tournament. That's what it was. Thank you, Lupe, with the save. We had the HTPS, and that was out over in Texas. And Niles sent us some pictures, and it looked like his D14 took first place, which was awesome. Lupe, any other news that you've got from, yeah, I know, Usable. I gotta remember that one. Dennis, I'm telling you, man, some of these things are just straight tongue twisters. I don't get it, but I'll be right back again. Talk amongst yourselves. So there we go. Yes, let's get back to this tourney talk. It's going to be a weird edit for me because it's going to be like I got to cut and then put myself back in. So usable was another one. But I heard it was a really great tournament out there with again, HTPS. Seriously, nuts. Lupe, hey, I had a kids exhibition on lunch break. Haley coached one of the teams, and Devin Stewart from Houston coached the other team. Cool. You know, we had Mark Gong not too long ago on, and he was talking about the kids, and he was talking about the Hermans, which is, if you guys don't know that they're starting to build up more young gun teams, and that is truly our future. I mean, yes, there are a lot of great kids that are out there, young guys, young girls that are out there playing the sport that are trying to make a name, but I really like what they're trying to do now with some of these young guns teams. And I want to say they teach them the proper way to play and have good sportsmanship in the game compared to what we've been seeing. And I get it. People want to see that stuff because it's exciting, and there's guys overshooting each other, and sometimes they do at the end make up and everything, but then what about those times that they don't? Do we really want to show the kids that this is what paintball is about? Or even those parents that are trying to or the kids that are trying to get their parents into the sport, and yet this is what we show them. We show them, yes, there's aggression in it, yes, and all that other stuff. So God, tonight's all bad, guys, and we are professionals. Seriously, one of these days I'll be able to do this from home, no interruptions, actual studio, and we'll have like all kinds of cool stuff. But right now, we have me stuck at work, Dennis stuck at work, and something's always coming up. But I am sending my link for our guest so we can bring him on. And again, you guys have to wait 1 second and I will get back to you guys. And I've got So, guys, this episode might be a little bit longer, so we can make up for this time that we are missing with you guys. So, yeah, this is great times. So, what else we got? Lupe, yep. Sweet, So that's what's coming up also. Yeah, we got Cup coming up next month. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to actually being able to watch it. I'm not going to be able to be there, unfortunately, as much as I really want to. Can't. I mean, if anything, I probably would have went out there and went to Disneyland, then went to World Cup. But it's because I love Disney. Someday. So spent this whole time almost not even in front of the camera talking about much, and I don't really have too much for upcoming tournaments. If you guys are out there and you guys, yeah, I know, priorities. I hate that. But if you guys are out there, you guys got a tournament that you guys want to promote, that you want us to kind of follow, by all means, let us know. Hit us up. Tell us about the series that you guys have going on or whatever it may be. And we're more than happy, especially if it's local. Love to get out there. Love to help you guys promote. Love to help you guys promote the event also. So, you know, it would help us also during these tourney talk moments, because we don't want to just talk about the NXL that's, you know, coming up, because it's like we got a lot to talk about right after the event, and then all of a sudden we don't get much until the event starts stirring up again. And then when the event happens, and then after the event, of course, we have a lot to talk about. Plus, NXL season is going to be ending soon. Other little tournaments are going to be kicking up. Those series will be starting up. So we want to hear about those. We want to promote that. That's the whole point about us, is to promote the sport. So let's see. Lupe, what you got? First Cup, then Universal. Cup first, then Universal this time around. You know, I've been dying to go to Universal, really, because I want to go to Harry Potter World. I am definitely Gryffindor. So, yeah, I do like Harry Potter. But enough of this tourney talk. We're going to go. And go into you guys looking at my face again, because, you know, come on. Can't get enough of this. But really, talk to me, guys. This time I really do have to fill a lot of space, and I don't have too much going on. Wait till see our cup shirts. So is that for the Lupe? Is that for the Destiny Kids team or for Destiny itself with their shirts? And how do I get myself one of the cup shirts? Just throwing it out there. So yeah, things will settle down, guys, and then, you know, we'll get back into our normal routine. We had one where I was out at a soccer field because, again, priorities. Now you got me at work outside, and this time without Dennis, completely without Dennis. Oh, Lupa, that would be awesome. That is so cool. Looking forward to it. So, guys, if you guys are looking to start a podcast, I might as well throw this out right now. If you guys are looking to start a podcast, go live stream or whatever it may be that you want to do. StreamYard is definitely one site that you want to use. Really easy. StreamYard.com. You go on there, set up accounts. They have a free account. They have 2 paid accounts. Obviously, as you go into the paid accounts, you get more features. And the basic account, you still can go on, but you don't have as much room to play with. So if you guys want to, it's great because it also goes cross-platform. So like us, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're on Twitch all at the same time. On top of the great thing of StreamYard is that you can, once you're done, download the video, download the audio, and you can do whatever you want with your audio and video and post it up wherever you want. So it's really awesome. And if you don't want to go live, you could actually just use it to record. So, I mean, how great is that? You get all these great features with StreamYard, and this is what we use. It's made my life really easy when it came to doing all the live streaming, and on top of the live stream, I was able to post some more videos and do a lot of stuff because it's easy and great cuts. So with that, we're going to take a short break because I already have our guest. I see him on, but we'll be bringing him in right now. So sit back and enjoy our little commercials. And we're back. That caught me off guard. That's what I get for looking up at another screen, because that's what I got to do. So before we bring on our next guest, or our first guest, our only guest for tonight, we have actually a new segment for our show, which you guys all remember Ben Crane from, it was 2 episodes ago, and he's got this great fitness plan, which I promised Ben I am starting tomorrow. I swear. No more kicking around. I'm starting this tomorrow. But we've got a new great segment with him, and we really wanted to bring this on. It's probably going to be it will be a weekly thing. So you'll be able to catch it on his TikTok also, and on his Facebook, or not Facebook, but his YouTube. But we're going to have a segment on here also, and on our YouTube, and also on Instagram, everywhere else, because we really want to promote this, because it's actually a really cool thing that he's doing. Because he wants to obviously get us who play paintball a little bit more fit and less prone to injuries and all that other wonderful stuff. So really quick, we're going to jump into this. So, all right, Ben, take it away.
Hello paintballers, Coach Crane here with Play Better Paintball, here to give you a fitness tip for the week that will help you play better paintball. This week's tip comes from Dr. Matthew Walker, professor of neuroscience and psychology, and also the founder and director of the Center for Human Sleep Science at the University of California, Berkeley. I took Dr. Walker's masterclass, and in that class he mentioned the importance of going to bed not necessarily hungry, but certainly not still digesting food that you recently ate. In short, the reason for this is that when you're digesting food as you go to sleep and as you're sleeping throughout the night, that digestion can actually be really disruptive to our health and our sleep. Now, one of the things that I can tell you as a certified behavior change specialist is that when you're in a good mood, you make better decisions. When we don't get a good night's sleep, we're grumpy. The chemistry inside our body is literally set up so that we make poor decisions when it comes to eating and activity. We're basically designed, when we're not feeling well, to consume as much food as we can to compensate for that lack of energy, and we tend to be more lethargic and avoid activity because that's our body's defense mechanism against starvation, is to try to conserve as much energy as possible. So imagine going day after day, week after week, setting yourself up for a poor night's sleep by not putting a good several hour gap between bedtime and dinner, and all of a sudden realizing that a cascading effect of negative consequences occurs. So let's try to set you up for a better outcome. Here is the simple thing that you can do today without any equipment, no gym membership, and start setting yourself up to have more energy. So let's say you eat dinner at 7. Try to go to bed at 10, no later than 11. Even better, get in bed at 10 so that by 11 you're asleep. It takes our bodies roughly 4 to 6 hours to digest a meal. So by going to bed about 3 hours, no more than 4, you know that you're probably still gonna feel satiated from that previous meal, but within an hour or two after going to sleep, that meal is going to be completely digested, which is gonna help your body relax and help you stay asleep, getting a better quality night's rest. And kind of as I said previously, that is going to set you up to feel better and therefore make unconscious better decisions the very next day. This has been the Play Better Paintball Fit Tip of the Week. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you'll start it today so that you can wake up tomorrow ready to play better paintball.
Man, that's actually a good tip. And I wish I could say that I actually follow that tip, but I don't. Unfortunately, I'm in the military. I live off of energy drinks and garbage. That's what we do. And the one thing I was able to stay away from is like any nicotine products, but I made up for it with like Dr. Peppers and Ghost and all those other wonderful things. So that was been Coach Crane. He's now my coach. So it was great to have that. Look forward to each week. We're going to have some more tips from him. And yeah, his workout looks pretty cool. As much as I don't like to admit that, I'm kind of looking forward to doing it, but not really. But I will. I promise I will. You guys heard it all live here. I'm going to do it. So enough of my babbling. Let us bring in, as I'm still waiting for my relief, so I could actually do this. I'll probably end up walking while I'm still talking. And but it's time for Nick. What's going on?
What's up, Eugene?
Well, as you can see, you're slip of the finger. But you were worried about being on camera, and here I am. You can barely see me, and we're like totally unprofessional tonight.
Yeah, it's all good.
But like I always like to start off with my guests. So you were born, and then there was paintball. Fill in the rest. How'd you get started? How'd you get into it?
So there's a lot in between me being born and finding paintball. Paintball for me has I started playing in the late 90s. I started how most of us started. I thought the guns looked cool, and I thought it was cool. So one of my brother's friends, we all went to go play paintball in his like neighborhood, and that's back when some of the I forgot what the guns were called, but they had the CO2 tank in the front of the gun facing forward. And I just remember, this guy was, I don't know if we can, cuss on this show. I'll try not to, but, the guy was kind of an ass. I was like, the younger kid, and he just shot me in the back. Like when I was like super unprepared for it, so that was my first experience with paintball. And, for some reason I wanted to do it again, I remember I bought like a Spider Special, I think it was like that greenish Anno with the CO2 tank that was like the foregrip.
Yeah, I remember those.
I just thought it was the coolest thing. I used to go into this store called US Tactical where I grew up, and it was like I would just see all of these like super cool guns. I had no idea what they were, and to be honest, I was more addicted to the building my gun than I was playing paintball, because I was like 12 or 13, so I was still really afraid to get shot. And I just kind of built this gun for like years, and I would play like every few months, once or twice in some wooded area. And 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 then I kind of just got really into playing more often, and started going to like a local speedball field around 1999. And I fell in love with it, man. I fell in love with it, and I started playing semi, you could say like not like woods. Like I started doing more like speedball and stuff like that.
Well, tournament ball. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more tournament ball, and I would go to this store called Splat Attack every single day. I would get money. My mom or whatever would give me money to go to the movies, and I would like keep the money and stash it until I had enough to like buy the buy the equipment I wanted. And I would go into this store every single day, all day long, and just hang out. And eventually, after like a year of doing that, the owner was like, dude, you're here every single day. Why don't you just work here? And so that's basically what happened. And after that, we started a little team, and that's where the paintball really took off for me. It became my life. I was 15, 16 years old. I was playing MPPL. I remember going to World Cup in 2003, and that was like mind blowing. That was just like, it was awesome, man. It was really great. So that's how I got into paintball. And it's been this is a sport. I'm sure you can relate. You wouldn't be doing this if you didn't feel the same way. This is a special sport. There's a special community.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm walking, guys. All right, man. See you in the morning. So Nick,
thank you for your service, Eugene. Oh. I wasn't sure if you were just dressed up for the show, and then I was like, wait, this guy looks like he's in his barracks, so like, he's on duty. So I do salute you for your service, man.
I literally am on duty. So I brought you on, Nick, onto a special edition of Behind the Mask, but it is definitely I mean, this sport is not just your normal, typical, everyday sport.
Right.
This is something that is an addiction. It really is. I mean,
100%.
Hold on one sec. I gotta go into my office. Still walking. I'm live at the same time as I'm walking.
Oh,
I couldn't get away from it. Yep. All right. We're inside my office now. So, all right, now we can get down to business. Now we can talk paintball, Nick. Okay. So, what caught mine and Dennis's attention was the name of your company, which we were like, what is this? So, because, oh my God, that's a huge weight off my waist. 12 hours of that, it's not fun. But, so, you have Grow the Sport Paintball, which obviously it's something that me and Dennis normally say, is that we want to grow the sport. Right. And then all of a sudden one day we went onto our Instagram and there it said, Grow the Sport Paintball. I'm like, what the heck is this? And so I started looking at your stuff and I was all like, dude, there's some pretty sick looking headbands that you've got. I actually absolutely love your logo. I really do. I love the bunny. That's actually
Thanks,
really cool.
Yeah, I got it right here.
That is such an awesome, yeah. So how did Grow the Sport come about?
So I mean, I've been self-employed for some years now. And I think over the last few years in particularly, I've really found that I really like to I don't really know how to put it into words, man, but I like to make money only off of things that I enjoy, you know? And I like kind of thrive off that. You know, I have two kids. They're my life, and you know, I'm blessed and fortunate enough to have a lot of time with them. And like, you know, I'm able to do all these things to not just provide for my family, but I enjoy doing them. Um, so like, to backtrack on how Grow the Sport started, I started it maybe 6 or 8 months ago, I think. Um, like I said, man, paintball was my life when I was younger. And you know, I was around 16 years old, and you know, I was about to start playing pro. I was about to start playing with like some local pro teams. You know, back in the day, MPPL, things were a little bit different back then. There wasn't like, you know, all these division rankings. You can kind of just, even though you can now play whatever division you want, but it was just a little different, less organized. And I remember that was like my dream, you know. And I wasn't you know, my mom was like, you can't like just go travel. You have school, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just quit school and go play paintball. And so I let the sport go for a while. Um, and you know, I got you know, if we could just be completely honest here, man, because you know, like, paintball for me, man, it's been such a positive thing in my life.
Mhm.
I got you know, I'm trying to beat around the bush, man. I'm just going to be completely honest.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm a recovering addict. I have 12 years clean. I
Awesome.
got really into drugs for about 10 years, you know, and paintball took a back seat. I got to the point where I was, you know, I had lost everything numerous times. I was in and out of jails and treatment centers for a while. And you know, when I got clean in 2010, finally, paintball was like, it was always that thing that was like, that was just like a lost dream for me. You know what I mean? Like, it was something that I would never get back, because financially, I never thought I would be able to afford it. I never thought that, I just never thought it would be a part of my life again, you know? And when I was able to finally get back into paintball, it was just like, I felt, you know, it was like, it wasn't just like, oh, damn, I'm back in paintball, I'm so happy. It was like, damn, like, I accomplished not only getting clean, but getting to the point in my life where I can actually afford to play paintball again. You know what I mean? And like, be in a place to be able to do that. And paintball was such a driving force for me to get to that point, that you know, it's this is not just like a hobby for me, man. Like, this, like you said, this community is, it's so different. You know, like, people will choose to support a local business from one of their fellow paintball players than support any other brand. You know, like, if Nike or Adidas or someone got their hands on paintball, it 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 would be hard for them to take everyone away from supporting each other. You know, and I've seen that over the years of me being back into the sport. And you know, after about 4 or 5 years of playing again, and I finally started playing competitively again last year. You know, like I said, I had two young kids. My daughter's 4, my son's 8. So I wasn't really playing tournaments because she was too young, and so it was hard for me to do that. But I started playing again, and anything that I thoroughly enjoy, I find a way to I want to be more involved in paintball. You know what I mean? Like, I don't just want to go out on Sundays. Like, I want to have a part in the community. Um, and I was thinking, like, damn, what can I sell? Like, you know, there's already so many things happening in paintball, and so many people doing so many different things. Like, it's hard for me to like make an entry point. And to be honest, I was like, yo, I'm gonna learn how to make headbands. I never sewed in my life, ever. One day I was just like, I'm buying a sewing machine, and I'm going to teach myself how to sew. And that's not it. Sewing is not easy. It's not fun. It's not like relaxing to me. How some people say it's like therapy. It's not. Now I've gotten to the point where I enjoy seeing it when I'm done. But dude, I went through like probably 50 headbands before I actually made one that was like semi-wearable. You know what I mean? Like it is so hard to make a headband. But now I've done it so many times, and you know, and again, because of the community, like I had people that like would just reach out to me, you know, specifically my friend Mike from Charm City. He makes headbands also, and he's like really artistic at making headbands. He makes great headbands, and I reached out to him somehow. I ended up getting his number through one of the people in the community, and that guy gave me a wealth of free information, no strings attached. He just wanted to help. He loved what I was doing, and you know, he made my process a lot faster. And I've done about 3 drops since I started making headbands. The first drop was great, you know, and I bought shit. What did I buy? I think I bought a mini GS and
Nice.
a headband, and I gave it away to one of some guys in some of those BST groups. You know, I posted in there. I'm like, you know, I'm doing a giveaway. If anybody wants, you know, if you guys know any kids or somebody who needs it, who doesn't have the money. So that was kind of the I'm trying to continue to grow. I still haven't found exactly where I can make the biggest positive impact on like a different type of level. You know what I mean? And kind of just showing the love that I've received all these years in my if from the community. Like I want to be able to showcase that and like have people like be able to witness that through a brand that actually gives shit away, you know, like there was no strings attached for that. But you know, I did like also on the second drop, I did a like a back to school type thing, where I donated some money also to like some back to school stuff, and that's the theme that I'm trying to go with, and I'm trying to continue to you know, try to give back. You know what I mean? I'm not here saying that I'm starting this nonprofit and that I'm going to make all these promises that aren't true, but I want to put back some positivity into the community. You know what I mean? And that's the goal. You know.
That's awesome. That's actually really cool. I mean, it if what me and Dennis have talked about in the past, and actually talked with quite a few guys that have come on, and even the older guys, like, you know, if you remember, you know, Bud Orr,
Mhm.
him and Fred Schultz, we've all talked about that. This is a family. That's what this is. It's not so much yes, we're a subculture of a subculture because you've got the extreme sports. Well, we're like the bastard children of the extreme sports.
Right. The
You know,
rejects.
yeah, we're the rejects. We can't ride something, so we go shoot each other on a field.
Right.
But the thing is that this is a family, and like you said, you see a buddy starting a company, and you want to buy from him because you want to see him grow, and
Mhm.
in growing him, it grows the sport. Like the whole thing with you is grow paintball, and it's because it became a positive thing in your life, and that's seriously awesome. You know, despite all that I hear from friends of mine, and some people are like, you know, paintball's dead and all this other stuff. It's, you know, that's great, whatever. Think what you think, but the fact is that it is starting to make it's making a resurgence, and it has had a positive impact in quite a few people's lives. You're living proof of that, which is awesome to hear, you know. And now that we are starting to see some of these young guns teams, like Lupe was saying, um, earlier, that he's a coach for one of the Young Guns teams, which is the Destiny Kids, which will be out in World Cup. But a lot of these kids teams, the coaches are starting to instill into them good sportsmanship, actual commitment, um, and also a positive attitude. And it's to strengthen who they are, because what happened to you when you first got on the field? Some douche shot you up.
Right.
It didn't stop you, but that's the kind of thing that's like, dude, seriously? It's a kid. Yes, we're there to have fun, but do we need to shoot them up? No. But we're going, and they're starting to take the kids. And yes, paintball will never die. It won't. As long as there's old guys like us wanting to play, and guys like Bud Orr, it ain't gonna die. But it is really cool to see your stuff. It's funny that back in 2007, I had my clothing company, Sunny Clothing. Just before I started that, I was trying to make headbands myself with the terry cloth, just like you have behind it and everything. I actually went to school for, it was FITM, which a lot of people might laugh. It's the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. I went there for the business side of things, but I learned how to sew. I learned how to do all that stuff. Not only that, but I had like family that all sewed. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make some headbands, because back then it was only Sandana that was really making the headbands.
Right.
Now we've got we've got Sandana that's making a comeback. We've got Hormesis, who's overpriced, looking crazy headbands and stuff. But the reason why you stuck out again was the name, Grow the Sport.
See, that's what I when I initially started it, I was working with like weird names, and I really wanted something that would catch people's eye, like with big bold font, clear as day. You know what I mean? Like I really wanted to, like, if you go to my local field I'm from Miami. My local field is Family Paintball Center. Dude, like I see it more and more. I've given out so many headbands and so many, like, I did like my first vendor thing there for FPCL league that they started. And dude, I look around and like half of them are just, you could see it. It's like big and bold, grow the sport. And I just think it's super cool. And it's like half of them don't even know that like those came from me. And nor would I say it. I'm not there to like really like, I don't need you to know that I made that, or, you bought it or whatever. But I just think it's cool that like people are also seeing that logo, you know what I mean? And they're like, damn, that's like kind of cool,
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's serious. And then again, the story, if they knew the story behind it, it's like, it's even sweeter. It's even better, and the fact that you're not looking for the notoriety, you're not looking to toot your own horn. You're just like, dude, I just want to make something because I want to give back to this community that took care of me when I needed it, So it is really, I mean, hearing more about this, it's like, dude, I know Dennis would probably echo what I'm about to say, even though he's touching some dog's wevels. I don't know what he's doing right now. But we would definitely want to, have Grow the Sport Paintball as part of our Behind the Mask family too, because we would love to obviously grow the sport, but spread the word about about your company. Because I know it's like, you want to just be the man behind everything else. You just want that to be the forefront. So, I mean, it's really awesome. So, I mean, man, I am glad that you actually finally were able to get onto here and talk with us. I know there was some confusion because I was talking to Dennis. I was like, I don't think he understands that we're on the West Coast. He's over on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's like I said, man, my kids, man, I turned, like I said, this is I don't want to call it a side business. It's more like a side passion, I would say. Yeah. My kids come first, like that's, I mean, I'm very like clear with, I'm like, because you said like 6:30, I think, and like, dude, that's 6:30 for me is prime time. Like I'm bathing the kids. It's like I'm picking up dinner. I'm picking up toys for the 25th time. Like if you look around, like I'm sitting right here in my, like this is just like the half of the toys that are out here, and they come first, like I'm not one to put business in front of my kids,
Yeah.
But it's cool that we were still able to work it out. And I think that like that honesty and that communication is like important, you know what I mean, for just for like people in general, man. And I think I saw you guys. I don't know how I found you guys. I think I saw you before you had messaged me, because I think I was already following you guys, if I'm not mistaken. But I like saw like, I think
so.
I saw you guys like doing like I just saw I think it was maybe Dennis that I saw like just walking around on Instagram talking to, like, you were like, oh, let me go talk to these people. And I'm like, dude, I just think it's so cool that like you can just walk up to anybody on a field, and people are just like, you know, because they understand like what we're doing here. It's almost like like this is just so hard to describe, like this community, you know. It's almost like we have like a secret key to like in some inside underground information, you know what I mean? And like people hear us talk about paintball, they think we're fucking nuts, you know. They think it makes no sense, you know. My wife doesn't understand it. She's like, what do you do? Like, I don't she doesn't understand the sport, you know, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, it's also because they hear like they're like, oh, paintball, doesn't that hurt?
Right.
And then they think of us as like these glutton for punishment. We just want to get shot up, and it's like, no, honestly, I don't want to get shot. I really don't. My goal is not to get hit
Right.
because footballs hurt like hell. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. And when you've got like 8-9 balls ripping up on your
Yeah.
chest, it's like yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, for us, I mean, it's the same thing. It's a passion. And I get the whole, the kids come first, and that's awesome that you have the opportunity to be able to do that and for you to cherish these years that you have as they're still young, because mine is going to be turning 13 in February. Dennis, his will turn 13 2 weeks before mine.
Wow.
So we both have teenagers, and trust me, it goes by so quick, because I remember when my daughter was 8 years old, and yeah, it seems so far away now. I think I took my daughter to Walt Disney World at the age of 8 for the first time. So, and that was like forever ago. But all right, enough of we're doing I'm sorry. This is now dad talk. We moved away from paintball, guys. Sorry. Lupe, anytime you want to chime in, because you're the oldest of us all and have more kids than us. So, but what you say that you have, this is just a passion, or it's kind of a hobby passion. You're getting to make money off of it, which is cool. You're doing it because you enjoy. But what else is it that you do? You have another business or 2 businesses, I think you said?
Yeah, so I own I own a vape shop, a mobile vape shop actually here in Miami. And I also own another website. Like I'm very into like meditation and all that stuff. So I sell crystals. And I also sell stuff on Amazon. I've been doing that for a few years. But my bread and butter is the, the vape and smoke shop delivery. And then the other things are just kind of like, if they fill in my time when I'm not working. I really only work 2 days a week for just to be transparent. So I work Tuesdays and Fridays. That's kind of how I build out my schedule. And then after about a year of doing that, I thought it was cool. I'm like, damn, like I don't work that much, and like this is great. But after a year of doing that, like I realized like I'm bored. Like I'm going crazy. Like I can't just do this little, and so that's when I started like that other, the other website. And then after about, a year of doing that, I was like, okay, this is kind of like sustaining itself. Like I'm kind of bored again, like let me like kind of fill in the gaps here. And so I'm really just trying to like more like build like a background of, hopefully in the next 4 or 5 years, everything will be kind of fully self-sustaining, and I can really take a step back and just kind of like manage all of it. But the headbands have got me busy. I'll tell you, man, like it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to make one headband, and I've been doing a lot lately. I did for a team just randomly. They were like, yo, can you make us like some custom headbands? And I'm like, sure, I'll try, like I've obviously never done that. Like I told you, I started sewing just to do this, and I did them, and they came out great. And I posted them in a few places, and people,
you might. Lost Boys?
No, so those are the practice bands. I also have like a company that makes the polyester for me, but my specialty are the denims. So you'll see the ones that I make are the denims, and that's more what I specialize in. The other ones are more for like practice. If I do like a vendor event, I kind of have some stuff there just to sell for a lower cost, you know. But if
'Cause
you
I'll be
look at
honest. Oh, sorry. When I saw the Lost Boy ones, I was like, dude, those things are sick.
those came out great. Those
Oh
came
my
out
God,
great.
dude.
I didn't make those, but those came out awesome. You know, they're much less expensive than the handmade stuff. You
Yeah.
can see them. Yeah, so those came out. Those came out so good.
Those are sick. Yeah. One of my favorite movies, because that's what stuck out, was one of my favorite movies is The Lost Boys. I don't know if you ever seen that one with
I don't think so.
oh my God, dude. It's Halloween. You got start watching some Halloween like scary movies.
Is that a Halloween movie, The Lost Boys?
The Lost Boys, it's supposed to be a scary comedy movie. It's got both the Feldmans, Corey and oh my God, I just drew a blank on his name. But it also has Kiefer Sutherland, and it's like they moved to Santa Clara, which is yes, thank you, Lupe. Lupe is always ready to go whenever I have an 80s reference. People are strange. That's like the opening song. But the Lost Boys, they move to this town, and it's like infested with vampires, and it's a great movie. It's an 80s movie. I'm huge on 80s, but that's what stuck out to me is when it said Lost Boys, I was like, oh dude, that is.
Yeah, that's actually a local team down here. They're
really?
Yeah, they I met some of them when we went up to practice at Palm Bay Paintball Park, because we usually drive a few hours north to get some better competition. And you know, they had seen me on Instagram somewhere, and he's like, yo, I think your stuff is sick. But yeah, no, I agree. Those came out great right there. If you, I don't know if you're looking at my that's my Facebook or my Instagram.
Your Instagram.
If you look through there, you'll see what team was it? It's like yellow and black headbands. Long shots. You'll see long shots.
Yeah, I got.
You can see some of the photos in there.
Yeah, those are pretty sick too.
And those are the denim ones. Those are those are handmade.
Nice.
Yeah, right there. And then there should be another photo there of me holding them, so you can really get a good
there we go.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, those are pretty nice, man.
Yeah, so those right there yeah, that's one of the most recent teams I did here. One of the teams that I started sponsoring recently.
Yeah.
And I enjoy doing those because they're always different. The team gives me like, I tell them like, you know, just give me a basis and let me work with it, because I can't do specifics. You know, I'm sure because you know you were a little bit in you said you studied like fashion and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
to get cut and all the measurements perfect on denim, you can't, because I order the fabric in, you know, however many feet to cut them down and to make headbands. So to get them centered. So I kind of like to, with denim, I kind of like to be more like have more of an artistic vibe to them. So they're kind of do a lot of like patternized style stuff, and like I'll put like a lot of times like a semi tie-dye background so that every band still looks a little bit different. But those I enjoy making headbands for teams, because I get the fabric in, and like, and then I'm able to see it, you know, and then also, you know, they put my logo on their jersey, so just to get a little more notoriety, and you know, kind of just like I want people to see that logo, you know, like I want people to see grow the sport, because I think a lot of people relate to that phrase, you know, like it's just it's bold statement, you know, grow the sport, like grow the sport paintball. It's not beating around the bush. It's exactly
right there,
you know.
Yeah, it's right there in your face. It is exactly what you want to do, you know. And it's like you put that headband on, and it's like seeing that tag that says grow the sport, or even I saw the other ones that you have on there that just say it across the whole headband itself.
Yeah.
It's like it's there. You can't miss it.
Yeah, you don't have to question what that's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, dude, seriously, your stuff is, man. I'm honestly, I'm jealous. I'm seriously jealous, because these things. This one I think is pretty sick too. Your skulls and
The
bunny?
ARs.
No, the skulls with your logo next to it.
Oh, yeah, that
This
one was, yeah, that one is, that one's called Vigilante.
Oh, that is
Yeah, that was
sick.
that was on a drop that I just did recently. There's still a few of those actually left on the site. Yeah, I like the way that one came out.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
clean.
play with the designs, man. And it was this was like I didn't know what I was doing when I started doing this. I just, that like I get high quality fabric and like I'm able to print the designs on there. Like obviously I don't print them myself, but the company that I buy the denim from, I can print whatever I want on there. And I just, I did a few, threw some money at it, and like, because dude, it's hard to make a bad looking headband. To be honest, you can't really mess up fabric. Like even if it came out looking terrible, once you cut them down and they're actually on your head, they look awesome. Like
Yeah.
no matter what they are, you know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, definitely. And you've nailed it. I don't want to, put anybody down, but I think I definitely would choose your headbands over the other companies that are out there because the designs that you pick are just, and again, I love the rabbit.
Thanks, man.
I like the rabbit, man.
I was looking for I didn't know what to go with, and the rabbit is kind of symbolic to reproduction, like growing things and
Yeah.
it's symbolic,
Mhm.
you see a rabbit and the rabbit has a headband on, it's pretty, like, you can't mistake that.
Yeah, seriously, it's cool. It's really cool, dude. And man, dude, I really like the stuff. I don't even I like run out of things to say for once, which is a rarity for me. But
Thanks, man.
you
I
know,
appreciate it.
I really do think that you've got a you've definitely got a future with the headbands for sure. You keep going the way you're going and just getting that story out there. And if anybody's out there and you guys are looking for headbands for your teams, go to his website. It's growthesportpb.com,
Grow the
right?
sport paintball.com.
Oh, paintball.com. Sorry.
Yeah.
Growthesport-paintball.com. Check out his stuff. You guys want team headbands? Hit him up because his stuff is pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
And
it right here, Dash Paint. I'm gonna change my name actually too, just so they can
oh,
see the website.
actually,
Brother.
let me do this. I'll do this for you. I'll put it up on our banner. It's www.
Oh, cool.
Pro, if I could spell, sport dash paintball.com. All right, you guys, there it is. Grow the sport dash paintball.com, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Grow the
Yeah, I also
So
have on
guys-
there an option where you could go to the team sponsorship option, and then that's where like you'll fill that out, and then it'll send me a direct link with all the information that you put in, and then that way I could get back to whoever like put on there to whoever wants to make bands for their teams or anything like that.
Awesome. So if you want, because we're hitting our hour mark, and we usually call it after an hour, which is actually pretty good. I lasted by myself. Pretty proud of myself.
You did great, man. I appreciate it.
But give us all the ways we can get a hold of you, and we can direct everything to you, and go for it.
Go to my site, growthesport-paintball.com, Instagram, growthesport-paintball. It's pretty easy to get a hold of me. You just message. I'm the one typing, man.
Sweet. So there you go, guys. Nick, it was a real pleasure having you on.
Likewise,
Seriously.
man. Thank you.
Stay on for a moment. I just got to end the show, but I definitely want to talk a little bit more. But let's see what else. Lupe wants to say multitasking. Yes, he is, Lupe. He is multitasking all kinds of stuff. Man's a busy man. I would get yelled at if I was doing as many things as this guy was doing. Trust me, I get yelled at quite a bit for all the things I'm doing. And Lupe wanted to also tell me that it was Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, the two Corys. So, Nick, you got some homework, man. Go out there, watch Lost Boys.
Now
Cheesy
that
as hell.
I'm actually gonna put a thing in my phone to remind me.
Yes. Oh, he wants to know. Lupe wants to know: are you going to Cup?
I'm not as a vendor, definitely not as a vendor. I contemplated it. It's really expensive, and to be honest, I don't have the time to make 50 plus headbands to be out there. I may be going to play, maybe 3-man with some people from my team.
Man, you're lowballing with only 50 headbands, dude. You'd have to have like you're talking
I
about
know.
Cup.
Yeah, I know. It's I need, dude. If I make 100 headbands, that's 100 hours of work. Like it's Cup is what 3 weeks away.
3 weeks away. It's 4 days, and you got to sustain for 4 days. Trust me, you'd probably sell out of 100 in the first day.
I
The way
mean,
those
that
things
would be
look,
great.
I would think that they would
Next
sell out.
year, I plan on it though. I'm definitely gonna do MVPS, which is Maximum Velocity Paintball series here locally in Florida, because those are good solid events. They're a lot of people know the brand already there. I think that'll be a good starting point for me to get used to, like, just the rhythm, what's gonna sell, what do I need to bring. But I definitely plan on being on Cup next year for sure. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Well, I think just my thinking is for something like you want to do, hitting those small tournaments is perfect. It's perfect because NXL has all the big vendors. But
Right.
what we want to do is grow the little guys. So feed into all those little events, and that literally will grow the sport.
Right. Yeah,
So
exactly. I want to keep it, I want to keep it homey, you know what I mean? Like I want to keep it
yeah,
like I wanted to still have that purpose, you know what I mean? Like especially the lower divisions, like real quick, I know we're out of time, but dude, that's another thing I forgot to mention, man. Like the awesome part about this is like it doesn't matter what division you are, like it doesn't matter. Like it D6 to D2, like dude, everybody's helping everybody here. Like I've never, you have a few assholes. Obviously, this is a competitive sport, it happens, but the majority of people are good, solid people. Like they're there to help you. You know what I mean? Somebody sees something you did in the game that wasn't right. Like, dude, they'll pull you aside. They'll tell you, like, I would have done this or I would have done that. Like we have some pro players that have done clinics down here, and I contact them often. That's another one of the things I plan on doing as well, trying to have like a do a little bit of the pro clinic stuff, more to have it happen more often down here, because we've had a few of them. I think Greenspan is going to be doing a pro clinic, if I'm not mistaken, at my local field sometime soon. But like I want to do like some pro clinics with the pros that we do have down here, and kind of just put it out, just put it out so that people have more access to like pro paintball and like tips on paintball and like stuff like that,
grow the sport paintball clinic.
There you go. Grow the
I mean,
sport.
I'm just saying. Yep.
There you go. That might actually be
Or-
perfect, dude. Don't be surprised if in 6 months from now you just see that kind of fly across Instagram. You know what I mean? One day,
I'll be all like, hey.
like, let me get some.
Let me get a t-shirt at least. One that just says I thought of the clinic and I just got a t-shirt.
I would, if that happens, I'm actually gonna send you a bunch of gear with I thought of the name.
That would be sick. That'd be sweet. Or even, well, we'll talk after this. Give me about 5 minutes and we'll be right back. But Nick, it was awesome having you on. You guys,
Thanks for
again,
having me, man.
check his stuff out. Support this guy because he's supporting you guys out there, especially you lower guys. He wants to support you guys and help you guys grow because we want to grow the sport. So, Nick, it's great having you on, but gonna let you go for right now. So, guys, we'll be right back. So, Nick that was awesome having him on. You guys definitely check out his stuff. Just the headbands that I've been seeing, I'm like, dude, I wish I could just buy them all because they're seriously sick, but I only have one head. So yeah, I get in trouble if I bought too many of them. But check them out at, again, it's www. Let me put that banner back up so we can make sure we get it all right. So www.growthesport-paintball.com. Check them out. Great message behind it and everything. And just this short time talking to him, great dude. So it was really cool having him on. I'm glad that we finally were able to get that together and settled. And Lupe, thank you as always, as being my semi-silent partner whenever Dennis is not here. And coming in with the save for the remembering the Corys, their names. Can't believe I drew a complete blank on them, but it happens. It really does. So Haley's played MVP a couple times. Great tournament series. Well, Nick will definitely be out there for that. So what else you got there? Lupe, thank you. So guys, this was a great, weird episode. This is crazy episode number 2. You've seen me now out at the field. Yes, I've talked about me being here at work. You've never seen me in my uniform or even doing my job. You guys actually saw what I was doing. So a lot was happening tonight, but I'm glad for those of you guys that have stuck on to the show, staying on and watching. But with that, we're going to end this. So as always, I like to say, drop your cash down on those counters of those local shops, or even with those new local companies such as Grow the Sport. So we can obviously grow the sport and get this thing going. The more we drop down on there, the more they're going to give back, and we see this start to grow again to what it's used to be. Also, go to your local fields, drop that cash down on their counters, start playing some more paintball, get out there, play. I cannot stress that enough. Get out there, play. As much as I want to, I have to live vicariously through you guys. So tell me your stories too. I want to hear back. If you guys have any tournaments, any new gear you want to promote, any stuff that has to do with paintball, you could hit us up. Of course, as always, we have the theme running, which is Behind the Mask Media at Instagram, at gmail.com. You can find us at Behind the Mask on YouTube. On Facebook, it's Behind the Mask Media. And you can find us on TikTok. We don't have very many TikToks. I gotta get better at that. If there's anybody out there that is like a Instagram and TikTok guru or person that thinks they're a guru and wants to help to promote us, hit us up. Talk to us, because I definitely could use some help with that, because both me and Dennis are kind of old. We're not the greatest at that stuff. So could definitely use some young blood over with us to help us out. And what do you get in return? High five, guys. High fives all around. That's all we can give right now. Sorry. But if you guys want to, help us out, and who knows, we get bigger, you get bigger with us. That's the way it works. So with that, guys, it's been great. It was a lot of fun. Actually, it was a lot of fun. Lupe, what else you got? Yes, MySpace. Remember MySpace on there? MySpace, come on. Killing me here, Lupe. So with that, guys, it's been great having you guys on. And we will see you back here at the same Behind the Mask channel, same Behind the Mask time. I would use the other one, but we might get copyright infringement for saying it that way. But check us out, 6:30 Mondays. This will go up the next day on YouTube, so you guys can watch us again. If you enjoyed it the first time around, watch it again. We also will break it down. We'll have different segments throughout the week, and you can catch it all on YouTube and Facebook. Check out our Instagram, and that's pretty much it. So, you guys, Dennis, definitely missed you. Wish you were here, but you're not. So, as always, the way I like to end this, if you can shoot, you can move, you can play.